party-wise, Pradeep. Let's discuss the
Yes.
RJD.
Yes.
Let's discuss the RJD.
So,
now, of course, you don't just talk about where people are going to vote. You also talk about the issues that make people vote the way they are. So, can you just outline the broad issues that RJD is seeing this upswing? Because remember, we just talked about the fact that they are actually the ones who brought in the development factor. They were talking about jobs. You could argue that, what about the Jungle Raj under RJD 15 years ago? But that doesn't matter now. Today, they talked about jobs. They talked about development, they attacked Nitish Kumar, and all of that seems to go in their favor, at least as far as your numbers are concerned.
Well, Shivani, you look at any election where the youth and the first-time voter has desired a verdict, the verdict has not completely gone 180-degree opposite to it. So in 2019 election, the youth voted in favor of Narendra Modi. In 2014, the youth voted in favor of Narendra Modi in a national election. Now, if you look at this election, the majority youth wanted change. And that is why I've been saying that this is a difference between 2015 and 2020, difference between 2010 and 2020. And this is why even the youth voting percentage, Shivani, if you segregate the data of the youth, you will see that at a lot of places, the youth voting percentage is extremely influential. So the youth voting percentage is just not influencing the youth, it is also influencing the family. And this is why it is acting as a catalyst vote and giving RJD the edge. So last time, when the RJD and JDU were together, RJD could manage an 80 seat. But at this moment, what we are seeing, a lot of Mahadalits, a lot of lower caste, particularly the Paswans and all, shifting a bit away from the JDU towards the RJD. And main point, Shivani, I think the biggest loser for JDU is the LJP. The LJP, though, is not getting more seats, but the LJP is damaging JDU in more than 25
Let's get in our first comments,
JDU.
Pradeep. Let's get in our first comments. Nalin Kohli, the numbers are out, and what Jan Ki Baat, the Jan Ki Baat projection suggests is that there is an anti-JDU vote which might help the RJD come back to power. As far as the numbers are concerned, and the numbers are on your screens, Jan Ki Baat has predicted that the NDA could win anywhere between 91 to 117 seats, where the JDU is predicted to win anywhere between 31 to 42 seats, and the BJP is projected to get anywhere between 60 to 75. Mahagathbandhan is seeing an edge here in this nail-biter of an election. But your first comments to the projections on your screens right now.
See, I will not pass any comment about whether it is right or wrong, because in every poll, and Pradeep has a good history of, predicting quite a few of them correctly. But to me, there are two important takeaways from what has just come up in the figures. One is the fact that these, as in any exit poll, are figures which should be roughly up to about 3 p.m. And Pradeep can correct me, because voting continues to much later than that. The second, it's tight. In an election where Pradeep says 20 seats are going to be closely contested, this election could go anyway if this assumption is taken to be true, if it's taken to be true. Three, what is difficult for me to accept is that in 2019, the combined vote share of the BJP, JDU, or in that sense the NDA, was about 46%. And the combined vote share of the Mahagathbandhan, including the Congress and the RJD primarily, was about 23-24%. Now, for it to almost double, and the BJP NDA to come down by 3-4% seems a very, very tall order. Psychologically also, a very tall order. So I think I'll hold my horses. I'll just leave it to that Pradeep may be right, that it's a tight election.
Nalin Kohli, will you concede? I want to bring in the LJP representative also, but Nalin Kohli, will you concede that there is pressure on your alliance? Obviously, if the numbers hold true, there is pressure on the alliance. That's exactly what the LJP was going for.
I'm not going to make a comment on it because, as I said, in an age where development is critical and where law and order is something in terms of Bihar, which was a huge issue, I don't expect public memory to wipe it out. A bad dream people remember for a whole life. 15 years of a bad dream is a very, very difficult thing to wipe out away from the mind of a huge number of voters in Bihar.